Hello, my name is Christopher, and today I'm going to show you how to install Ghostfolio on Dockge. A little bit about this series and going over home labs, installing things, getting things set up, everything like that. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel, and let's get started. I wanted to let y'all know about the Big Bear community. We just launched a community on community.bigbeartechworld.com. It's based on discourse, so go on there, join it, and say hi. So let's get back to your registered programming. So this is what I'll be installing today, Ghostfolio. It's open source wealth management software, and it's built on Angular plus Next.js plus Prism and NX and TypeScript. Here's more about it. And they do have a cloud hosted version. I have not used it though. So why Ghostfolio? And here's why. And then here's some more features. And then this is what it looks like on the a web app. So that's what we will be installing today. So now I'm going to go over the Docker Compose. I'm going to start on Big Bear Video Assets. There will be a link down in the YouTube description to get to this in the useful link section. So I'm going to go over to search right here, and I'm going to type Ghostfolio. So now you see how to install Ghostfolio on Dockge. I'm going to go in the Docker Compose right here. Click it. So now version 3.7 of the Docker Compose file format is being used. I'm going to set some services, and then the first service underneath the services is called Big Bear Ghostfolio. The container name is going to be called Big Bear Ghostfolio, and this is so Docker doesn't have to generate a random name. The image is coming off of Docker by default because there's no URL before this, and this is the Docker image. This is the Docker image tag. Restart unless stop. So that means if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart. But if it fails any other reason, then it will try to restart. And then the environment variables. So the env, the host, the port, and then the access token. Salt. I would recommend changing this to your own UUID v4. And how you know it's a UUID v4 is this 4 right here. And then the database URL, the JWT secret key, and this is another one that I would change too. So this is a UUID v4. And then the Postgres DB user and password, the Redis host password and port. And then the ports, so 3333 on the host. If this does collide with another port on your host, you can change it. And then on the container is the same port. Do not change the container side. So now this service does depend on the Big Bear Ghostfolio DB and the Big Bear Ghostfolio Redis. And the condition is service healthy. Networks, so I'm going to put it in Big Bear Ghostfolio Network. And this is so we can use the service names to connect to the DBs. So right here too. And now if you go down to the Big Bear Ghostfolio DB right here, the next service, and this is underneath the services right here. So it's right in line. Container name is going to be called Big Bear Ghostfolio DB, and this is so Docker doesn't have to generate a random name. The image is coming off of Docker by default because there's no URL before this. Postgres is the Docker image, and then the Docker image tag is 15.4 Alpine, and Alpine is a lighter container. Restart unless stop, so that means if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart, but if it fails any other reason, then it will try to restart. And then environment variables, so the Postgres DB is Ghostfolio. The Postgres user is Ghostfolio user. The Postgres password is Ghostfolio DB password. And then the PG data, so var lib PostgreSQL data. This is a container path. And then the health check. And then the volumes. So on the host side is Big Bear Ghostfolio DB. This is a local volume that's defined down the bottom. And then on the container side is var lib PostgreSQL data. And that rhymes with the PG data up here as well. Now networks. So we're going to put in the same network. So Big Bear Ghostfolio network. And that network is defined down the bottom. So now we're in the Redis service. So Big Bear Ghostfolio Redis is the service name. And then the container name is going to be the same name. And this is so Docker doesn't have to generate a random name. The image is coming off of Docker by default because there's no URL before this. It's Redis and then 7 Alpine. And like I said, this is a smaller image. And then restart unless stop. So that means if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart. But if it fails any other reason, then it will try to restart. And then a command. So it's going to set the Ghostfolio Redis password. And then health check. And then volumes. So Big Bear Ghostfolio Redis data. And that's defined down the bottom. And that's on the host side. And then on the container side is data. Networks. So Big Bear Ghostfolio network. That's defined right here. It's a bridge network. And then here's the volumes that are defined. So now this service up here, it's going to connect to the DB and it's going to connect to the Redis and store data in these services. And that's why this service right here depends on these services to be service healthy. So that's a bit about the Docker Compose. So I'm going to go up here to copy raw file. I'm going to click it. Then I'm going to go over to my Dockge and get this installed. So I wanted to let you know about the Big Bear Club. You can join it, and it greatly supports this channel, and I very much appreciate it. So if you'd like to join the Big Bear Club, you can go down the YouTube description and go to my Ko-Fi link and join it from there. So let's get back to registered programming. So now I'm going to start on my Dockge, and I'm going to go up to Compose right here. I'm going to put a stack name of Ghostfolio stack. And then now I'm going to go over to the editor over here. I'm going to paste in the Docker Compose that I explained over in Big Bear Video Assets. And then you can see it populated over in the UI over here too. So I'm going to go up here to deploy. And then it's deploying the network volume and the containers. And this is using Docker Compose, so it is using the Docker engine underneath. So we got it installed, and you can see that the console logs are getting it up. So now I'm going to go over the Dockge UI. So on the home page, you'll see stacks over here, and then you can see active, exit, and inactive. And this is just a quick status to see what your stacks are doing over here. You can go into convert a Docker run to a Docker Compose right here, and then you can see Docker agents. I'm going to go into the stack. So right here, you'll see actions up here. So edit. You can go in and edit the stack, and then you can add a service underneath the services, and then there we go. It's added over here. You can also see it over here now, right here. That's just a quick way to add a service, and then you can add an image to it too, and go down here to the index again, and you can see it did add the image to it. So you can also delete it, and then it's now gone from the editor and the UI. You can deploy the stack, you can save, you can stop and inactive, and then discard the changes. You can come down here and add URLs, and you can also go all the way down here to environment variables and networks, internal and external. And I'm going to discard the changes. So you can restart the stack. You can update the stack, stop and inactive, and then delete the stack. You can come down here and see the containers in the stack. So 3 of them. And you can see that this one's got the UI. So it's got the port, and you can click it and go to the UI. You can go into each container right here and go into it. There we go. You can switch to SH as well. You can do that with the 2 over here too. You can come down here and see the logs. This is great for debugging. You can see a read-only version of the Docker Compose over here. So that's a little bit about the Dockge UI. So now we're going to go to the UI and show you it works. So I'm going to go to Ghostfolio stack over here, and I'm going to go to the UI. So I'm going to click this port right here, and then now you get the web page for it. So I'm going to go up here to get started, and then I'm going to create an account. Now it's got a security token right here. So you're going to copy it, and then you're going to make sure you know the security code, because this is how you log into your account. So I'm going to agree and continue. And then now if I go up to user right here and I go to log out, and then I'm going to go to sign in, and then this is where you're going to need your security token. So I'm going to paste it in. You can say stay signed in right here, and then I'm going to sign in. So now that's how you get back into your account, but you got to know that security token. So now you can set up accounts. So you can go here, and there's an account already set up right here called My Account. You can go into it, you can edit it, and you can add a balance to it. And you can also add a note. And you can also exclude from analysis too. So I'm going to save. You can see that there is a note right here. You can go into here and you can add a new account. So a test account. And then you can also change the currency. You can add a balance to it. And then you can add a note just like normal. So now you go. And we have two accounts right here. You can also transfer a cash balance. You can transfer from the My Account to the test account, and you can put the value of the transfer in. So there you go. It's transferred. So you can see it did change it. So it moved $1,000 to from the My Account to the test account. So you can go back to the overview. You can see holdings, a summary, and markets, portfolio, the holdings, and then activities. So you can add an activity here. And you can also go to allocations. And then you can go to X-ray. You can go up here to accounts, and that's where we were. You can go to admin control. And then you can add a currency in, and then you can turn off user sign up. You can turn off data gathering. You can flush the cache. You can go into settings, and you can add a platform and a tag. You can go to market data right here, job queue, users, and then there's only one user. You can go to resources and learn more. And then you can go to the about, and you can go to the changelog and keep up with what's changing in the software. Or you can go up here to filters and filter things. And you can go to my Ghostfolio right here, and you can turn on presenter view, base currency, language, locale, appearance, and Zen mode, biometric authentication, experimental features, and your user ID. You can also export your data right here. You can go over here to access, and you can grant access to certain things, private, public, restricted view. So that's a little bit about Ghostfolio's UI. So I just went over step by step on getting Ghostfolio working on Dockge. So if you like this tutorial, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And if you have any video suggestions or any community support, you can go to the Big Bear community and join our forum. There's a link in the YouTube description. So stay tuned for more.